After last night's tornado, Lake Kerry is closed off. Even the homeowners aren't allowed back in. You'll hear what they have to say coming up next.
Coming up next, we'll show you the destruction in Wyoming County from deadly tornadoes. I'm Wallace. I'll have that story.
From WBRE TV, the station that's taking the lead, this is 28 Eyewitness News.
Stay out. That is the loud and clear message tonight. The National Guard and state police are on guard, making sure no one gets into the storm-damaged Lake Kerry area after a powerful tornado leveled just about everything in its path. Good evening. Tonight's lead story, a major recovery effort is underway after a second line of powerful storms in just 2 days packs a powerful punch. Rain, lightning, high winds, and a tornado swept through the region last night, leaving some places like here in Wyoming County looking like a war zone. Lake Kerry was particularly hard hit. An elderly woman and her neighbor were killed, more than a dozen others injured, several even hospitalized. Well, tonight, state police and the National Guard are beefing up security to keep looters away from houses that have been literally ripped apart in Lake Kerry. As a result, even homeowners are not allowed back in the area. Reporter Barron Johnson joins us now live from our studios with a closer look at the situation. Barron?
Well, Dawn, we've seen pictures of Lake Kerry from both the ground and from up in the air. And you can understand why the people who own property at Lake Kerry say they need to see the damage up close, in person. But now even that's not so simple for reasons of safety and security. The roof is gone and the windows are shattered. High winds have left this house wide open, causing survivors to worry about their belongings. But to get back to the lake, you must be authorized by the National Guard. Their job is to keep close watch over the area so that no one is hurt and nothing is stolen. This couple came back to get their dogs. Would you want to stay here tonight if you could? You're being forced out for the evening.
Too cold.
Too cold.
No electric, too cold.
Where will you stay?
Well, I'm shopping with my mother and father for now, and then figure out from there.
Another storm victim returned home to get food before it spoiled.
Yeah, I had to get back in here and see what was going on, and I have 3 freezers full of food back there. That's the least of my worries, but I had to get it out for the smell in the house and everything.
As nightfall approached, some property owners were not allowed to go in. Chet Leyu of Wilkes-Barre has a cottage by the lake, but he doesn't know if it's still standing. Do you have any idea what condition your home is in?
No, I don't. I haven't been in there to see it. I haven't been able to get in there yet.
If you could, would you go back there now, or do you rather?
Oh, yes, I would go back. You know, I understand what structural damage is. I'm a contractor.
You also understand why you're not allowed back now?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, they can't be worrying about, structural damage on places or trees coming down and people all over the place. I understand that perfectly well.
And for their part, the Humane Society is going door to door at Lake Kerry to save any house pets that were left behind.
There's a couple dogs that are in the houses. There was nobody there, so we did leave notices that if they do need our assistance, they can call us, and we will help them in any way that we possibly can.
And Lieutenant Governor Mark Schweiker also arrived to offer his support and to survey the damage firsthand.
In 30 seconds, 150 to 200 Pennsylvanians had their lives changed. Perhaps homes lost, destroyed, or damaged in minor ways, and now face the very difficult task of literally rebuilding those homes and rebuilding their lives.
And tonight, the Wyoming County Emergency Management Agency has announced that for Thursday, that's tomorrow, no residents at all will be allowed to return to their homes. They say it's for their own safety. And earlier tonight, I spoke with Colonel Keith Martin, who of course is in command of the National Guard forces at Lake Kerry. He assures us the area is well protected from any looters, and to keep it that way, soldiers will continue patrolling the lake at night. Reporting live from our studios, Barron Johnson, back to you, Dawn.
All right, Barron, and GPU Energy says this is the 3rd major storm in 5 days for some 100 utility crews at the scene. So for the workers' own safety, they will rest up tonight and resume the cleanup tomorrow morning. GPU says 412 customers at Lake Kerry could be without power for at least another day. Well, an area bank is coming to the aid of storm victims in Lake Kerry and is hoping others will follow its lead. The Community Bank and Trust Company has set up a relief fund and is donating the first $10,000. If you would like to make a contribution, you can stop by any of the bank's 12 branches in Wyoming, Lackawanna, and Wayne counties, or you can send a contribution to Lake Kerry Disaster Relief Fund, care of Community Bank and Trust Company, P.O. Box 736, Route 6, Tunkhannock, and the zip code is 18657. Well, for those without places to go, an area high school is now serving as a shelter. Authorities are not yet ready to say when people will be able to go back to their homes, if they even have homes to go back to. Reporter Dia Wallace spent the night in Lemon Township, a small Wyoming County community not too far from the devastated Lake Kerry. Dia?
Well, dozens of property owners in Lemon Township spent this day assessing the damage, and it is pretty extensive, as you've seen. And it's heartbreaking to see what was lost, but more than that, the people in Lemon and East Lemon Township, they're thankful for what was saved, because many did not think they would survive the night.
The truck is right there, and the car is right there. And
46 years, and Gene Skrinsky says he's never seen anything like this.
This is where the foundation was. The barn was all the way over to here.
Skrinsky's 80-foot barn stood in this spot 108 years until Tuesday. The twister toppled it, crushing his car, truck, and thousands of dollars in farm equipment inside. Skrinsky, like his neighbors, are just glad they got out alive after the twister hit. On a scale that runs from F0 to F5, this tornado packed winds up to or above 200 miles per hour, swirling and sucking everything in its path. Mary Beth Turnbow has spent several years with the Wyoming County Red Cross disaster team. This destruction hit especially hard because this is where Turnbow grew up.
There are at least 4 houses that are totaled. One house was literally picked up and moved about 2 houses away. A trailer was picked up and moved about a football field.
Now begins the major chore of cleanup and recovery.
We just removed 4 trees from our home that were on top of it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's too much damage.
This is part of the destruction behind the Reedsma home in Lemon Township. The family credits this large ridge here for saving most of their property.
10 o'clock, the lights had just gone out, and a window was open, and we heard it coming like a train and ran downstairs.
Just all huddled in there, and our ears were totally blocked because of the pressure. So we couldn't hear anything, and then I kind of felt the wind go underneath our house and kind of just like bring it up a little bit, and so it was really scary.
Now, parts of Wyoming County really do look like a war zone. You've seen all the destruction. The last time the area saw any type of destruction from tornadoes like this, we were in World War II, and that year was 1944. Now, most of the people that I spoke with tonight, they all echo the same sentiments. The community is blessed that there were not more lives lost and more serious injuries. Dawn?
Unbelievable scene, Dia. Now, most of Lemon Township also remains without power tonight. Tuesday night storms were powerful and widespread. The damage left behind, as we've shown you, extensive and severe. Here are some more pictures. In La Plume, the campus at Keystone Junior College was littered with uprooted trees and downed limbs. The damage closed roads and prompted the school to close for the day. Fortunately, school is between sessions and there were no injuries. Factoryville was not spared the storm's wrath. Trees toppled over, narrowly missing homes. Families and neighbors say it was a night they will never forget. Northumberland County also rocked by severe storms. The storm started in the Paxinos area and continued down Route 61, hitting Coltmont hard. Damage was extremely severe there. People were just thankful to have made it through the storm.
We thought our house was going to be gone. We thought we were dead.
Storm damage forced a state of emergency at the state prison in Cole Township. High winds blew the roof off this building at the prison complex. The correctional facility is in a lockdown until Thursday morning. And cleanup efforts continue at Promised Land State Park from Sunday night storms. Winds of up to 157 miles per hour ripped through the area, causing major damage and leveling trees and cabins in its path. And Governor Tom Ridge took a walking tour this afternoon of Pittsburgh to check out the storm's aftermath there. Earlier today, Mr. Ridge was in Somerset County assessing the damage from Sunday night's tornado. The governor is asking the president for a major disaster declaration to help with state and federal assistance for storm victims. The Red Cross is assisting the victims of this week's deadly storms. Volunteers are delivering food and helping to provide shelter. But what the Red Cross actually needs most is money to buy new clothes for victims, food, and to provide temporary housing. If you would like to make a donation, you can call the Red Cross at 1-800-HELP-NOW. If you want specifically to help Lake Kerry victims, specify Disaster Relief Fund. In other news, a Lewisburg man is facing charges that he stole from his mother's bank account. Milton State Police tell Eyewitness News that Ty Turner faces 7 felony counts of theft. They say Turner issued and cashed checks on his mother Ruth's account while also liquidating several CDs. Ruth Turner lost nearly $60,000. Ty Turner was arrested at his business this morning. Tonight he's in the Union County Prison in lieu of $115,000 bail. And in Wilkes-Barre, an 18-year-old is under arrest for trying to sell an off-duty state trooper a shotgun. Police say Thomas Moore was driving his employer's Windstar van when he approached the trooper on Park Avenue about 9 tonight. Well, the trooper took down the license plate and called Wilkes-Barre police immediately. The van was located in the McDonald's Market Street Square parking lot, and Moore was charged with 1 count of receiving stolen property. That property being a 12-gauge shotgun. The weapon was not loaded. The teen lives in Arizona and was visiting his mother's home. Still to come on Night Beat, the nation says goodbye to a political legend, Barry Goldwater. And then, how hot was it in Oklahoma today? We'll have the details coming up next.
We'll get your forecast. It's kind of quiet, and we're liking it that way a great deal. Stay with us. We'll talk in a couple minutes. I'll see you then.
You're watching WBRE TV, winner of the Emmy for Best Newscast. You're watching 28 Eyewitness News on WBRE TV.
Humor and tears marked the funeral of former Arizona Senator Barry Goldwater. Today, hundreds of dignitaries attended Goldwater's funeral service at Arizona State University. NBC's Tracy Potts has the story.
As the white Cadillac hearse slumbered through this desert town, Americans could not help but remember a man known as much for his failure as his accomplishments. It was Barry Goldwater's failed 1964 presidential campaign that cemented the conservative agenda. The former senator is remembered as one not afraid of words or ideas.
Barry always rushed to defend his ground, whether the ground he defended was in fashion at the time or not.
The World War II pilot and 2-star general is remembered with a military salute. 2 plane loads of Washington dignitaries attended the service, which included a tribute from Native Americans in Goldwater's native Arizona. Interior Secretary Bruce Babbitt delivered a message from President Clinton, recalling Goldwater's depth of humanity. Family friend Ron Crawford called him a man of integrity, but it was Goldwater's brother and son who brought the audience to laughter and tears.
You've given us the tools to continue this family forever and ever. I just want to wish you happy trails, Dad.
Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Barry Goldwater died last Friday. He was 89 years old. In Washington, D.C. today, the Monica Lewinsky matter is heating up. The former intern has a new defense team that could mean trouble for President Clinton. Legal experts say Lewinsky's new lawyers, Plato Jakaris and Jake Stein, will tone down the rhetoric and protect their client. The question now is, will Lewinsky cut a deal and testify against President Clinton? That's what Jakaris did for another famous client, Fawn Hall, during the Iran-Contra scandal. She testified against her boss, Oliver North, in return for immunity. Well, parents take note. Gap Kids is voluntarily recalling windbreakers known as anoraks because of high levels of lead in the jacket zippers. Now, so far the zippers have not made anyone sick, but the recall is in effect to avoid any type of injury or illness related to the lead. Gap Kids is asking customers to return the windbreakers purchased between January and June of this year to any Gap Kids store for a full refund. The windbreaker is a pullover with a hood and has a Made in Russia tag on it. For more information, you can contact Gap Kids at 1-800-333-7899, extension 75,000, or you can check out the Gap Kids website at www.gapkids.com. Well, it was a lot calmer night tonight than it was last night at this time.
It scared me. And after seeing all the video and the damage from Lake Kerry, it petrified me. I'll be honest with you, I think it is one of the most frightening things, especially knowing that it's here.
The pictures look like something from the Midwest, not northeastern
Texas,
Pennsylvania.
Oklahoma, this stuff, not here. It's
No.
just a very, very frightening situation. I don't know. You kind of run out of things to say. That's scary, it really was.
Could have been worse. We lost 2 lives, but
Yeah,
when you look at the damage.
yeah. Another element is, if it had been on the weekend, there would have been a lot more people at that lake.
Right. Right.
And so I guess there is a silver lining at times. Our thoughts are with them, as you know, and we hope everybody can pull through this. It's scary. We'll be back with the forecast in just a couple of minutes. We'll see you then.
You're watching 28 Eyewitness News on WBRE TV.
100 degrees and pouring asphalt just do not mix, so workers in Stillwater, Oklahoma came up with a creative way to keep the asphalt cool as they did their job. They poured ice into the truck. Temperatures were in the 100s today, and asphalt has to be at 85 degrees or less before it will set correctly. The ice actually did the trick and the job got done, but I'm sure it was a hot day to do that. Vince?
We have nothing anywhere near that in this forecast. The forecast will remain cool all the way through the coming weekend. We don't see any heat waves of any sort out there. At Lehighton right now, it is 48. Now keep in mind the Weather Network, it resets itself at midnight, so that's the high, and the current also so far for this day from midnight forward. 47 the low. The pressure's falling. Humidity's 91%. No rain there, and a wind that's calm and a gust. If it's midnight, there hasn't been a gust either. Let's go to records. Very warm day, 99 in 1919, 35 for the record low in 1986. And the sun's up now tomorrow at 5:32 and at 8:32, and radar is clean. We're not seeing anything here at all, and that is excellent. We're very happy about it. Did see some rain go across the southern counties of Pennsylvania earlier on tonight, but that is well out of our picture, and we expect to remain quiet like this for several days yet to come. As far as temperatures go, how are we doing here? A 51 at Avoca. We're looking at a 54 in Williamsport, probably 40s overnight tonight. 57 in Harrisburg, 55 in Allentown. Back westerly, a 43 at Bradford already, 58 at Erie. So it's going to be kind of chilly overnight, and tomorrow not going to be exactly hot either. We figure about a 65, and some places may not even get quite that warm. So this low is down to our south here along this frontal boundary, and this is the frontal boundary, by the way, which swept on through here last night, causing all the destruction. It is out of our picture, and all we have left behind here are a couple of clouds overhead. Not even a shower anymore. We've taken that out of the forecast. That's not even a possibility for us tonight. So fortunately for us, gratefully, we don't have any thunderstorm activity in here till earliest next Monday. If that happens, looks like it's going to be nice and quiet for several days. Yet to come tomorrow, you get a fair mix of clouds and a fair mix of sunshine. You'll get some of both, but again, a little on the chilly side. So watch this rain as it comes and goes here. Since earlier on this evening, it's out of our picture, and it's just not a factor, and it's not even in our forecast, which happens to be next. Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast for tonight. Look for some cloudiness overhead. We've taken out the shower. Not impossible, a little fog in spots, okay? 44 looks like the overnight low. Then tomorrow, high at about 65. It's going to be a breezy day, and I'll tell you that some places not even going to do that 65. Clouds and sun, times of both, mixture of both. You get the idea. And then for tomorrow night, we're talking 44 here and partly cloudy skies. Here's the rest of the forecast. As we get down to the weekend, Friday could be a shower late in the day, a fair amount of sun, but a fair amount of clouds too. In fact, clouds might thicken up for a while on Friday. Saturday, some sunshine and a 70. 70 on Sunday with a couple of showers perhaps late, and Monday would be the next chance that we would see anything that even resembles a thunderstorm around here. And I think I mentioned it in 6, and I really mean it. If we didn't see another thunderstorm forever, it wouldn't bother me all that much after last night. It really, I'm sure a lot of other people.
A lot of people feel the same way, I think.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
Good
thanks,
luck.
Vince.
See ya.
In sports, Sid Michaels goes behind the scenes of Winston Cup racing. The inside track is next, and later, a crystal celebration of World Cup soccer.
If you see news happening or capture it on your home video camera, call the Eyewitness News hotline at 1-800-358-WBRE. Or if you're a 360 Communications cellular customer, dial *28. It's a free call.
With over 170 responses received last year, the Teddy Bear Patrol has proved to be a vital tool for police and emergency personnel.
Sometimes all it takes to help begin a child's healing is a kind word and a hand from the Teddy Bear Patrol.
With assistance from the Visiting Nurses Association, Penn Miller's Insurance, and WBRE TV, these cute and cuddly bears are utilized in over 7 counties to help ease a child's pain in time of need. Your help is needed. Please support the Teddy Bear Patrol.
Now, 28 Eyewitness Sports.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. It was Game 1 of the NBA's World Championship Series tonight, with the Utah Jazz playing host to the world champion Chicago Bulls at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Highlights from this one: Chicago takes the early lead. Scottie Pippen on the steal, the break down the right side, the drive, the score, the foul, three-point play. 23 seconds left in overtime. Jazz led it by 2. John Stockton drives, the runner goes. The Jazz led it 86-82. At the buzzer, Scottie Pippen, the shot for the tie. It's too long. Jazz win it 88-85 to lead the 7-game series, 1-0. Game 2 Friday in Salt Lake City. Locally, Greg Skrepinac, waived by the Carolina Panthers last night, spent this day taking his exit physical in Charlotte and wrapping up some personal things as he prepares for life after the Panthers and a new era in the NFL. The only problem he had with yesterday's decision that it came so late and kind of leaves him scrambling for a shot at another National Football League organization. Former Berwick star Bo Orlando, who enjoyed a fine career at West Virginia before going on to an even better career in the National Football League, pardon me, also shares the offseason world of looking for a job in the NFL. Orlando, cut by the Bengals during the offseason, is also waiting for the minicamps to get over before he pursues another NFL organization. Orlando has played for the Oilers, the Chargers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fighting Irish of Notre Dame are reportedly being courted by the Big Ten Conference. According to newspaper reports out of Michigan, the Big Ten is involved with Notre Dame in the hopes of expanding the conference to a total of 12 teams. One of the big issues, Notre Dame's exclusive television contract with the NBC network that runs through the year 2005, and the Irish would not want to share that exclusive money with any other team in the Big Ten Conference. Time now for the Inside Track. We once again go behind the scenes of Winston Cup Championship racing. For this week's news, here is Mr. NASCAR, Sid Michaels.
Hi, everyone. A couple of teams spent the first part of this week at Pocono International Raceway doing some testing. Hut Strickland was there with Robert Yates and Kenny Irwin in the 28 car, but there are reports that Strickland will be driving a second car for Andy Petrie, joining Ken Schrader as a teammate possibly July 4th at Daytona. I hear that Greg Campbell, who used to be the crew chief for Davey Allison's Busch team, could either be the crew chief or team manager for that car. They're still talking about how Buckshot Jones did in Strickland's old Circuit City car at Dover this past weekend. Caught up in a 7-car incident on lap 9, Buckshot came back with a strong 8th-place finish. The Savola brothers would like Buckshot to finish the season in the car, but again, I hear he wants to stay eligible for Rookie of the Year honors when he goes full-time into a Cup car. Local product J.J. O'Malley, who had been PR director at Watkins Glen, has moved on. He's now doing that same job at Homestead in Miami. And speaking of the Glen, could it be up for sale? Published reports say the attendance of the road course may not be as large as the highway and infield traffic lead you to believe, and the track ownership may change hands. Richmond this week, it's Saturday night. I'm Sid Michaels, and that's the Inside Track.
Major League Baseball, the Phillies and the Expos at the vet. The Expos take the lead. Top of the second, Rondell White takes left-hander Matt Beach out, his 10th home of the year. 1-0 Montreal. Trailing 2-1, the Phillies get it back. Alex Arias ground ball to shortstop, goes right through the legs of Mark Grizzolonic for the error. The run scores, game tied 2-2. Expos take the lead back in the 8th inning. Robert Perez singles in a run. Montreal over the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2. American League, the White Sox and the Yankees at the stadium. El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, his first Major League start. He begins with a strikeout. Former New York Yankee theory, well, this is actually the Cubs. We'll look at the Cubs a little bit as Kerry Wood had 9 strikeouts this afternoon. That outstanding rookie for the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. There he is right there. Once again, great poise, great polish, great stuff. Chicago knocked off the Marlins this afternoon at Wrigley. Now the Yankees in the American League at the stadium. There he is, El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, his first Major League start. He begins it with the strikeout. Former New York Yankee third baseman Wade Boggs, a very touching moment tonight. He received a standing ovation on his first game back at Yankee Stadium. He would step to the plate and lift a broken bat fly ball to his former teammate in center field, Bernie Williams, and El Duque continued to use his stuff in this one. Early a splitter for the strikeout. Here the Heat over the outside corner. The Yankees over Chicago, the final 7-1. Hockey, Dallas beat Detroit 3-2 in overtime. Red Wings still lead the series 3-2. A lot of things going on, and it looks as though the local players will find an organization in the LFL. It might take a couple of weeks, though.
Hope so.
See ya.
All right, thanks,
Okay.
Jim. And when we come back, Vince is back with one more look at your forecast. And this crystal ball won't predict the winner, but it sure is beautiful.
Coming up tomorrow, it's an annual weekend program that allows women to experience the great outdoors in a unique way.
It teaches women predominantly male outdoor activities. Find out more tomorrow on Sunrise.
You're watching 28 Eyewitness News on WBRE TV.
Keep up with NBC News 24 hours a day on MSNBC. On cable and the internet, MSNBC News.
You're watching 28 Eyewitness News on WBRE TV.
Well, if you're looking for some laughs right about now, Jay Leno is up next, and here's a sneak peek of what you can expect. Jay?
Hey, folks, great show right after news. Our buddy Sandra Bullock will be here, plus my new late-night rival, Magic Johnson. We go one-on-one, check it out. And the current frog jumping champion of the world, not just here, the world.
All right, we'll check it out. Well, recapping our top story tonight, the National Guard and state police are patrolling the area of Lake Kerry at this hour. They're making sure that no one enters the tornado-stricken community. Authorities are protecting against looters and say many of the homes and buildings are actually unstable and unsafe. It is still unclear when homeowners will actually be allowed back into that lake property. Now let's go back to Vince Sweeney for a final look at the weather. Vin?
All right, Dawn, overnight kind of chilly. Just a few clouds overhead in spots. Could be a touch of fog as the winds calm on down, have calmed down. Then tomorrow we're looking for 60s. Overnight tonight, 40s. We're going to stay in the 60s and barely get into the 70s here all the way through the weekend and next Monday. Shower Friday, shower or two Sunday. Maybe on Monday, a thunderstorm late. And that's it for me. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the night, and we'll see you later.
Fortunately, the forecast looks a lot calmer.
Anything would look better and calmer after that. It would indeed.
All right, thanks, Vince.
See you later.
And finally, one of France's most prestigious crystal manufacturers is having a ball with the upcoming World Cup festivities. 14 master craftsmakers in France recently set their designs on creating a 27-pound crystal replica of a soccer trophy in honor of the upcoming World Cup finals. Now, the Cristaliers de Saint-Louis spent 20 hours carving the item out of 3 spheres, one of clear crystal, another of dark blue, and the final sphere of white enamel. The base is bright green to represent the grass of a soccer field. And that's Eyewitness News Night before this Wednesday night. Thanks for joining us. The Tonight Show is up next. Have a terrific night, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Good night.